So welcome to this online telecall, how to create an access bars business from nothing. My name's Amy Shine, and I'm going to just, first of all, housekeeping. I've muted you all. If any of you have any questions, please, 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 please come on and ask any question you have, or any, concern or whatever, or anything that's, that you're wanting to talk about or cover. You can unmute yourself. There's a microphone button at your left, and you can just click on that to unmute yourself. This is being recorded, so I'll send you the replay afterwards. So first, just if I could ask if you could get anything out of this call, what would it be? And also, by the way, there's a chat button down below, so you can also type in the chat button. Okay, so just a little bit about myself. My name is Amy Shine. I grew up in Ireland, and I found Access about 5 years ago in Ireland. A friend of mine was doing it, and Rachel O'Brien, I took a class with her. So I was actually in college. I was in my last year of college, and I wasn't really working that much. I didn't have that much money, and I was really focused on my last year in college and my exams and all that. And I had no other experience with healing modalities. I didn't have any other businesses, nothing like that. And I started, the minute I found the bars, like, it created so much change for me that I just wanted to teach it. I just wanted to bring it to the world. I just wanted to I wanted everyone to have it, basically, that enthusiasm you have, when you first find it. It's like, oh, I want to tell everyone about it. So I started right away, and I had no idea how to start or what way to start, but I just started. And so I did bars classes, I did body classes, 1 day body process classes for about a year in Ireland, and then I moved to America. And when I moved to America, again, same situation, didn't know anyone, didn't have that much money, and I started teaching classes here again. So first off, let's start with this. So let's start with all our decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, expectations, projections, rejections, separations we have of ourselves, of Access, of teaching classes, of having clients, of creating a business. Can we destroy and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, on our shorts, boys and hands. And anywhere we've decided in this lifetime or any other lifetime that it's hard to create a business, that it takes time, that you have to know loads of people, that you have to be a good networker, that you already have to have a network of people, can we destroy and uncreate all that? Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, on our shorts, boys and hands. So where do you want to start? Does anybody want to pop in? Because I have so much stuff to share with you, so I'm just wondering where I can start at.
I can ask you something.
Yes, thanks, Cynthia.
Okay, so I've been a bars facilitator for, I don't know, over a year. I haven't taught one single class, which is interesting. Somebody here in Finland asked me to teach a class. I was like, well, okay, then I'll do it if you really want me to. And she goes, of course it's going to be in Finnish. And I was like, oh, okay, nope, too scary. Well, I can speak the language. So it's just really, this is a fear thing. So I think I need to take the first step. So what would a clearing, or just a kick in the pants?
The kick in the head. So, okay, first acknowledge, how does it get any better than that? Someone asked you to teach a class, right? How much fun is that? When someone's like, will you teach a bars class? You're like, yeah, let's do it.
No, because I said, well, look, there are other people teaching. There's this class and this class. She goes, no, I'll come to your class.
Yeah. So everywhere that you try to send people to someone else's class, rather than receive that they're actually asking you, can you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, on our shorts, boys and beyond. So people come to you for okay, so there's we're all here right now. How many of us are all bars facilitators? Well, maybe some of us aren't, but if there's 1,000 something bars facilitators, more than that in the world, I don't know how many, people don't come to you because of you. They they want to know the bars and they want to learn it, but they're drawn to your energy. And Gary talked about this at Facilitators. He talked about how there's certain energies that you have that some people require. And whatever they're looking for in that moment, in that time, they require that they get that with you. So they will be able to be facilitated by you and not by someone else. So everywhere you try to dismiss that or discount you or send people away and like put them onto someone else, can you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, corner shirts, boys and men. So like, would you all be willing to get that we all teach the same thing, which is the bars, but we all have our individual capacities and gifts and abilities and our own energy. And there's people out in the world looking for you, particularly you. And everywhere you make language as a barrier to that, can you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, corner shirts, boys and beyonds. Because if they want the class and finish, you really don't. And if it's, you could ask, so truth, is it fun for you to teach the class and finish?
I got a yes. How weird.
Okay. Yeah, and then if it's not, it's like, okay, well, what else is possible? Because you could also ask someone to translate the class. You know, so that's a possibility too. So there's so many possibilities.
That's a possibility I hadn't thought of. Thank you.
Yeah. And then after that, it's literally just start. So it's like the longer that you wait, it's like the harder, like my point of view is the longer you wait, the more you build it up in your head to be something that it's not. So what I did very first day was I jumped right in. I didn't even think about it. I never stopped. Like I took 3 bars classes in 3 weeks, and literally a week later, I could taught my first bars class. And honestly, I was just like, the world needs this. Like everybody needs this. So here we go, you know. And I never stopped to like analyze it too much. So I would say what you go back to your original comment is like, yeah, just start. Like just freaking start. Because the thing is, even if you put like your first class, I had 2 people, right? And like you're building momentum in the world, right? You're putting yourself out there. You're letting people know, I'm here. I do this thing called access bars. If your first class, nobody comes, so what? You still put the class out there, right? Your second class, nobody comes, so what? You still put the class out there. Keep going. Don't ever give up, right? I don't know how many classes I put on that never went ahead. But then the next class would. And even if one person shows up, here's the thing. One person comes to your bars class, it's $300, right? That's $300, right? You get to hang out for 8 hours, running bars, sharing the tools with someone, doing something that's fun and easy. And you have no idea what that one person can go out and change in the world. And that energy contributes to your life. So the change you've created in your world, in their world, and in the class actually adds to every other area of your life, your relationship, your money, your business. So it's like, and also, so anywhere any of us are doing this for the money, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all the church boys runs. Nobody wants to look at that. So here's the thing, another thing. So Gary talked about this at class too, and something that I had looked at before. When I create classes from the energy of requiring money, they never really get created. But when I create classes from the energy of looking what's this going to create for consciousness and for the planet and for where you live and the area you live in, it always gets created. So you don't ever want to create classes from the energy of like having to make money, because it becomes a need then. And then also you're not looking at you're not looking at consciousness. So the thing is, always ask, okay, shoot, if I choose this class, if I create this class, if I teach this class, what will it create on the planet 100 years from now? And if it's light, go with that, follow that energy. So it puts you in the creation of the class with consciousness rather than, okay, I need so much money. And this is another thing that a lot of the time, if you start doing this, you'll end up like losing people in your classes. If you put on a class, and I'm jumping between all different things. So if you put on a class and somebody registers and you go, okay, that's great. That's $300 now. That pays for my car bill this month. You've already destroyed your creation. And believe me, I've done it. And anywhere any of us are judging ourselves for doing that, can we just try and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, on it, shirts, boys and beyonds. So I actually was like, recently did this and I was like, shit, I can't believe I did this. But anyway, so I went and created a bars class, and I also was taking a class, a COP with Gary the following week. So I was in the mode of like having to create money for that class. And I had 6 people signed up for my bars class. And the morning of the class, 2 people showed up. So I had 4 dropouts because I went into the energy of, oh, I have this much now, and that can pay towards the classes. So I asked Gary about it at Facilitators, and he said, you don't even when you're looking at creating classes and you're thinking, okay, well, I'm creating this class so I can go to one of Dane and Gary's classes, or so I can go to this other class. He said, that still won't work. He said, that's still not creating just for the consciousness. That's still creating for the need for the money. Okay, so anywhere any of us have done that, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, owner, shirts, boys, and beyonds. And it doesn't mean that you can't, like, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the money, right? But it's just looking at that, what's your focus here? Like, if your primary focus is always asking, what's this going to create for consciousness, that energy will just, like, you know, add to your life. So another thing I always do is with the creation of the classes, every single day, destroy and uncreate your decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, expectations, projections, rejections, separations. So that's your DJCCs and your pissers of this class, of me, of what I think this class will be, of anyone coming to this class, of anything I projected at the class. Destroy and uncreate it all, and then run the clearing statement. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, on shirts, boys, and beyonds. And then ask, okay, truth universe. And like, say if you're having, like, you know, you put the class on and you have one person signed up and you're not really sure if you're going to go ahead and you're kind of doubting yourself, use that, destroy and uncreate all your DJCCs and pissers, and then ask, okay, universe, if I go ahead with this class, what will it create on the planet 100 years from now, and get the energy of it? And if I don't go ahead with this class, if I cancel it, what will it create on the planet 100 years from now? And start to follow the energy. If it's light to go ahead with it, go ahead with it, create it, because maybe there's one or two people coming, but you've no idea what that's going to create. And then if it's heavy to go ahead with it, then you could look at, okay, so what's required to change this? So another thing to look at, okay, so what can I, instead of giving up, do not quit. Do not ever quit, right? Do not quit on yourself or the class or your creations. Instead, look at, okay, so what's required here? What can I change? What can I add? Is it a venue change? Is it a date change? Is it talking to someone else? Who can I call? Who can I add? You know, could you add someone who's really excited about the class and would promote it for you? So there's so many questions to ask rather than jumping to conclusion like, this hasn't worked. Nobody has signed up. Does that make sense? Yeah? Do something. Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a couple. Thank you so much. This is awesome. Okay, when you first said, well, you just now said again, like, never quit. Don't quit on your classes. Don't quit on your creations. A while back ago, just when you said, like, you're creating classes and maybe people show up or they don't, you don't quit. You just keep doing it. What can I don't know, like, I know I have this capacity to pick up entities' points of view, other people's points of view. I go out into everybody's universe, and I seem to take it so personally. Like, and I feel like I didn't before, but like, even just like little ideas for, oh, I could create this or I could do this.
What are you taking personally?
The energy stops. Well, like if I have this idea for a Zoom call or something.
Yeah.
And I know I do all this stuff in my head, and I imagine what it will be like, and then I see, like, no one's gonna sign up, and it will just kill me. like I'll just die.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you will.
And so I don't. Yeah. Like, I just feel like I'll just take it so personally. Like, I don't know when. Yeah.
So all that crazy, all those insane, crazy points of views you're using to limit and stop you, can you destroy and create them all? Right,
yeah.
wrong, true.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, on shirts, boys, beyond. So, okay, so what's the worst thing that could happen? You put on a Zoom and nobody shows up. Then what?
Then, yeah, like, it's just like, I'm not wanted.
So can I ask you something? Yeah. And this is for all of us to ask as well. So who are you doing this for? The classes, the Zooms, the bars, whatever it is you're all creating. Who are you doing it for?
I have more questions. I don't know.
So everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, can you destroy and create it all? All right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, on shirts, boys, and beyonds.
The thing that you said about how you destroy your creations by going, oh, this person signed up, now super, now maybe I'll be able to pay this bill. How do you not do that?
You just not like, you just stop. Because, so here's the thing. So, well, have you other streams of income besides Access?
I do. I sort of like like way back in Eastern, I took this part-time nanny job,
Yeah.
and I basically like, because I followed my heart or something,
Yeah.
and I took this position with this it's so funny, this incredibly wealthy, hot single dad, and there was so much chemistry. I took the job, and I make like half the income that I actually require instead of
Okay, cool.
basically
Yeah, so this is it. So here's the thing, like, so anywhere any of us have made like Access like the sole and only business we can have, and like the only way to get our income, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, corner, shirts, boys, men. You got to be practical here, okay? So if you're putting all your eggs in one basket, it's going to put a lot of pressure on you, you know? So I did that too at the start. Like I threw, like Gary says it, like, do not throw out everything you know the minute you find Access. And I did it.
Right,
like I was in college, I had a degree, and I came home to my dad, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that stuff. I'm just going to do this thing called Access, you know? And like, it wasn't pragmatic. It, you know, I required other income too. So it puts a lot of pressure on you when you're like, you're doing all these classes and you have to pay your bills with it, and you have to pay. So the fact, if you can also have a source of income, be it whatever, it's just something fun that's easy for you, you know, and that allows you to still create Access as well, your business with Access, but so that you have some money coming in that allows you to pay for your bills and your rent and stuff like that. So at least your necessities are taken care of. So then when you go to create your classes, there's an energy of like, you're doing this for the fun of it, right? And when you come in at that energy, people are going to be drawn to you. But when you come in at that energy of, I'm creating these classes from need, I have to pay my bills, nobody's going to come to your classes, because people like know that energy, whether they're aware or not.
I think that actually, like, I just realized that besides the part-time nanny job, which I need to come up with like a lot more money, every other thing I do, not just Access, is all required for me putting myself out there.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like it.
Well, can you so how many
yeah.
feelings are we all using to create the limitations we're choosing? Everything that is, can we destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, corner, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So feelings, you know, have you heard about the feelings? Like, how many feelings are you using to stop you? You're choosing everything that is, can we destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, corner, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So are the feelings real? Are the feelings true? Are you just using them to stop yourself?
Probably just to stop myself.
Yeah, like feelings are an invention, right? So like, so again, go back to the original question, is like, who are you doing this for? Who are you creating classes for? Because if you're doing them, if you're constantly putting things out in the world and it's always like for someone else, but like, what about you? What if you were just doing this for you? Like, what if like you were like, okay, well, this is really fun for me, so this is something that gives me more of me. Every time I do it, I get more of me. It's fun. It creates an energy in my life. So you come in at the energy, you're doing it for you. So when you come in at that energy, if nobody shows up at your class, you're like, okay, well, I did it for me anyway, right?
Thanks.
So anywhere any of us have decided we have to do this, like it's our service to put this Access out in the world, or we have to change people, or we have to like just be of service, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, on our shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Or being of service to my bills.
Everything that is destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, on our shorts, boys, and beyonds. So the thing about it is, like, if you can also know that like what you do with Access is going, and what you do in the world aren't separate. So use what you have. If you're a nanny, chat to your nanny's family about Access. If you work as a yoga teacher, introduce the tools to the people you teach classes to. If you are in real estate, what could you create with real estate and Access? Like, use like, this is what Gary talked about, like, use what you have and add Access to it. Don't throw out everything you know and think, well, Access is it now. Does that make sense? Yeah,
totally. Just, I guess, I keep thinking of the like I do like okay, I guess I'm still like, is it living in the past or something? Because
Say that again.
is it, I don't know if I'm just like using the past to create the future, but basically like I do see all these possibilities and I do invite people and I do talk and it's like, oh yeah. And then it I don't know, sorry, I don't want to like hog the whole
No,
Zoom.
so but what's your okay?
Just basically what I'm saying is they are interested, all this stuff, and then they're like, oh, like I just kind of recall the 100,000 times that people said, oh yeah, but then they didn't choose it. And
So everywhere you make people not choosing classes or your events or anything about you, can you just try and uncreate it all?
yeah,
Right,
that's it.
talk on the shirts, boys and beyonds, all of us.
That's it.
Right. Like this is
So
not about, like if people don't sign up to your class and don't come, it's not about you.
there's a link. I have some sort of, I don't know, I might be the only one.
No, you're
I
not.
have this weird link of like money and being wanted, desired, needed, and loved, because like I don't, it's some ways I like to link it like, oh, they're not, I don't need to take it personally, but cool, now I don't have any money. They didn't choose me and they didn't want me, and I take it personally, and then I'm like anyways,
So all the
I'm just in a
trifles,
big
these systems,
yeah.
all the loops and everything you are, all the computations you've already made about money and love and being accepted and all that. Can we just try and create it all? Right, wrong, good,
Yeah.
bad, I'm not going to shirts, boys and beyonds. Okay. Have you created a bars class yet?
Well,
Sarah,
yeah, actually, I like
have you taught
I
any
teach
bars classes?
awesome bars
You teach bars classes.
classes,
Okay.
yes, and
So,
I
and
love.
you've had people show up.
Yeah, listen, wait, I let it all expire. It expired. I can't. I can
Okay.
teach energetic facelift.
Okay, I
And
get that, but I'm asking you,
yeah,
in the past, have you taught a bars class before? You have a
yes,
couple of them?
lots,
Lots of them. Okay, here we go.
lots.
Now,
Yeah,
you need all of us, anywhere any of us have created anything, you got to start acknowledging what you've created. Stop pretending you're a pathetic pile of shit. Stop creating problems. Stop creating feelings and start acknowledging what you have created. Okay? You can go into the trauma and drama and the upset and start saying it's because this, or you can just start acknowledging, you know what? I'm a fucking amazing creator, right? Acknowledge everything you've created to date. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be with access, be it with anything. I created a job as a nanny. You have to start acknowledging
I
every
see.
single
Yeah,
thing. Start acknowledging where you have created bars classes in the past and wherever you decided to give that up. And then, okay, well, what would it take to create that again? Even that energy. Take that energy and ask to create that again.
it's
And
the yeah,
expand on
it's
it.
the okay, because it's like I'm weighing everything of the measure of, is the money there? Have I created the money? So then I'm judging it. Well, of course, everything was a big pile of doo-doo if I didn't create money. So that's
So
okay, I can
everywhere
stop doing
any of us
that.
make the classes about the money, can we just try and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, on our shirts, boys, beyonds. Sarah, have you done the How to Become Money
Yeah,
workbook?
I can do it again. I saw the advanced one. It's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
there's no
it's like
completion. There's no completion
okay
to the How to Become Money workbook. It's
for
literally an
sure.
ongoing process. I would start doing that and looking at your points of views with money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
And then take the end, and then for like everyone, like
And I always
start acknowledging everything you've created to date. Start
and
acknowledging if you created one class with one person showing up in it. 1 second, Sarah. If you create one class with one person showing up in it, acknowledge it and ask for more of that.
okay.
Okay,
And
and
I just
anywhere any of us make the classes about numbers or about people or about money, can we just try and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, corner, shorts, boys, beyond. So we're back again to asking for the classes to be created from what it's going to create for consciousness and for the planet. The money will follow, the people will follow, but you're asking. And Gary said this at Facilitators, which was really beautiful. He said the classes aren't so much for the people. He said it's more for the planet, for the land, and for the animals.
okay.
And I was like, wow, you know. So okay, I just want to address something down here. You okay, Sarah?
I'm sorry. Can I say one?
Yeah, sure.
Just for, because it's gonna be on the recording. Like I forget, but then I get reminded that I go into other people's universes. I pick up other people's feelings. So everything that's, because like, who in the fuck's universe am I tapping into?
Stop it.
That's not mine. Yeah,
Stop.
return to sender.
Stop creating problems. and start creating. Okay, all of us, like, stop creating problems and start creating. You have no problems. You just have a lack of creation. Start creating. Put your energy into creating and less into the problems, and stop it. And when you start, you start doing all that stuff, literally stop it and distract yourself. Go ring someone, go call someone, talk to someone, go do something that's fun for you. Like
I'm a master of that. I'm good at that. That's the
yeah, you have lots of fun. Use that to create your classes. Okay, I'm going to go to Melissa. I think you had a question, Melissa?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So it's been a funky year, and my point of view was, when I get that other job, then I can grow this business. Well, I've moved 5 times, and that other job just appeared this morning, and I have a class in 2 weeks. Organically, clients and classes have shown up. I don't want to lock myself into a new point of view, because now I just got the job offer this morning, and I have a class, I have a student coming in 2 weeks, I've had a bunch of classes and a bunch of clients. So how do I not get into another fixed point of view? Okay, I've got that, which is going to give me the health insurance and the basics, and now my focus, it's a part-time thing, so is going to be in this. I don't want to lock myself in again. And I do want this to grow. And it's been growing organically just by people finding me on the website.
How does it get any better than that?
Exactly. But
are you acknowledging that?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%. But now I'm ready to step out, to meet people, to go into spas, to do all those other things, because I created this part-time with health insurance that I can put the time into this. So where does one start without locking myself in?
Well, first of all, every single day, destroy and uncreate all your decisions, judgments, conclusions, expectations, projections, rejections, separations of you, of the business, of how you create, of how you don't create, and just every day destroy and uncreate it. And then, so thanks for asking this question. I can't see you because like the lower hand thing is on over your face. But anyway, so thanks for asking this question. So every single day, it's being the question with your business, right? So the classes, every class you create has a certain energy,
Right.
So you may have clients, or you may want to create clients, or you may teach some classes, or you may do Zoom calls, or you may do tasters, and everything you create has a certain energy. So, and everything has a consciousness of its own. So it's always like communicating with that class or with that energy or what it is you're creating, and asking questions like every day. Okay, so what's required today? What does my business require of me today? What does this class require of me? Is there action required today? Do I require to call someone? Do I require to post something on Facebook? Do I require a Facebook event for this class? Or do I require to put it on the website? Do I require to put it on my website? So you're always asking questions, and you're just following the energy. And when you talked about going into spas and stuff like that, like, so that's all great, right? And I love your enthusiasm. It's like, that's the thing I wanted to talk to you too about. It was like, use your enthusiasm. Like, where is it fun for you to be? Like, is it fun for you to hang out in spas? Is it fun for you to talk to groups of women? Is it fun? Like, I loved working with people in recovery. I love working with kids. So it's like following what it is that's fun for you, and you can bring the tools there. So it's like, use your enthusiasm, because here's another thing, like, people come to you because of you and because of your enthusiasm. So people always say, well, how do you talk about access? How do you talk about the bars? And I'm like, talk about your own experience. People don't want to hear, oh, there's 32 points on your head, and like it's some rehearsed thing that you learned from the website. More like they want to get what it's created for you. They want to get the energy, your enthusiasm. Like, I almost like, oh my God, like this changed my whole life. Like, because it literally changed my whole life. And I give them that. So sorry, I kind of tailgate a bit. So with the, like, looking at what you want to create now, like, okay, you created classes. How does it get any better than this? Now, what else? Now,
okay, here's what else. Can I just stop you?
Yeah.
Could you keep touching on this? So I'm in the Boston area now, and my thoughts, my mission is to find companies that have corporate wellness. And actually, if they're bringing in Tai Chi or Reiki or something, actually get out there in the corporate world and even do many things. But what question can I ask of where to start? Like,
look, like, get out whatever day you get the hit to, this is the, like, you'll get up whatever day you get up and be like, okay, it's today I called these people. I called the corporate people. and you get a yes. Okay, go to your Google or go to your website or go to wherever you have a list of these places and ask, okay, which business, ask your business or your classes or, you know, body, where would you like to teach this? Where would you like to go to do tasters? Where can I be the greatest contribution? And just follow the energy and follow that. And it might be call this person. Okay. You know, and if that doesn't work out, ask again. Okay, who else now? Who else?
One more quick.
Yeah.
One more quick. Makes so much sense. Thank you. So when you have the
Thank
class,
you. You're giving me loads of ideas. I'm like, she's going to call.
wait. Well, that's why with healthcare up here and it's alternative.
Well, also that's another one I just want to note. Like, look around you. Like, look where you're living, right?
Yeah,
what's going on in your area? Your focus. Yeah. So you use that to
where do I do these?
What?
Yeah. My thing was, where do I do it if I didn't even have a home to do it at? So now that's all done. All my drama's done. My other question that if you can tap into. All right, so you have a class of 1. Do you ask, like, how do I get the other head? Like, what do you do? Do you just say,
I have people who do, like, I usually ask someone to come along. Like, I give them the class. Someone who's done a bars class already with me.
Okay, so do you have them a full day or just pop in for the hour-ish for the session?
No, like, I mean, so, well, okay, if you have a class with one person, they're supposed to trade with 2 different people in the day. So if at all possible, if you really can't get 2 other people, that it's okay. But at all possible, at all times, try to get them to trade with 2 different people, because the whole point is that they get to trade with different energies and clear different stuff. So in the class, you are supposed to do 2 trades, one in the morning, one after lunch. So and with 2 different people. So sometimes if I have just one person, I'll get someone to come for the morning part and someone to come for the afternoon. Or if you really can't do that, just get one person stay for both the trades. If they've taken the class, I'll tell them come a bit later so they don't have to be there for the DVD part. But some people like to watch the DVD if they've seen it before. So yeah, and I just have a couple of people in my area that are kind of my go-to people that love to be in classes all the time. So they're kind of like, you know, I phone them up last minute and be like, you know, are you free tomorrow? And they'll come along. So, and also if you live in a house, you have a husband, partner, whatever, like Mike was my extra person last week.
Gotcha.
And he jumped in the morning for the morning part, and then I had someone else come in the afternoon. So, and also you could also look at paying someone, you know, give them $20, $30, $40, whatever it is, to be your person. I know someone who does that. But so yeah, that's a good question to ask. Thank you.
Whatever you create. Okay.
Yeah. So whatever's fun and needs for you. And you can ask the class too. I asked the class again, go back to question. I asked the class and oh my God, he's sorry. I have someone in the background. I asked the class, okay, who would be a contribution to ask to come as an extra head?
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So question. So if you have 2 people and you're saying it has to be 2 different people, what do you do? Or you, at that point?
Well, in the morning you could have them trade.
Right.
They're 2 new people, so they can trade together in the morning, and then in the afternoon you could get 2 more people to come.
Okay, I never realized that. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, if you really can't, it's okay. Still go ahead with the class. You know, don't cancel the class because you don't have 2 people spare.
Right.
You know. So, and okay, cool. Thanks for that, Melissa. I just want to, Tiffany, do you want to come on? You said my problem is that they don't want to pay or finding people that want it. You want to come on, love?
Actually, that changed because you answered those questions as you were going on. But I wanted to go back to Sarah's and what you were talking about with creating, and then ask a question leading to that. I'm hoping this helps other people as well.
Yeah, but how did I answer that people don't say?
Well, with Sarah, you were talking about put it out for the consciousness of the earth. Don't put it out for the money. Now, here's
another one. Gary O says, okay, so what would it take for people who are, there's a couple of things I gotta give you. What would it take for people who are stupid enough to pay me to show up for these classes? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, so I ask that a lot. Anywhere any of us are asking for people who are looking for consciousness to show up for our classes, can we just join and create it all?
Yes.
If that pop on the shirts, boys and beyonds. Most people don't want consciousness. Sorry to tell you. And, they come for other reasons. It doesn't matter. Like Gary said, like these classes are a contribution to the planet and to the animals. So what if we're being a massive contribution to the planet and the people that show up just want to pay us money?
Right. Well, that's what I was getting at. As you were saying that, I had an aha moment that I wanted to share with everybody.
Yeah.
During Hurricane Irma, all my friends were scared, but I've been in so many hurricanes, I was used to it. So I did a bunch of Facebook Lives teaching them how to board their house and how to do their thing and take down the ceiling fan blades and blah, blah, blah. I got over 5,000 views from that. And my intentions was to help people out. And it ended up in China. And so I was wanting to let everybody know I focus on the energy of helping the planet and helping others to not be scared. And that created way above what I was expecting. And I'm going to try to apply that with the bars classes now, having that same mentality of not who can I help, but how can I help? But the second question I was going to add that adds on to Melissa's is she was saying she was going into the corporate sector.
She was what?
Going into the corporate sector, trying to help them. How would you go into, because I'm certified also to teach massage therapists.
Yes, you are.
And they said body practitioners. Would that be the same people who do acupuncture as well? Or would that be the same as a chiropractor?
Where are you? Sorry, no, 1 second. What's your question? Like you're saying you're a massage therapist and you want to go into where?
No, I got I got approved through the Body Therapeutic and Massage Board. They said body practitioners and massage therapists. What constitutes a body practitioner?
I wouldn't know that, to be honest, but like, all right, but what are you looking to create here? I just don't really get it.
How can I reach this out to, how can I create something to reach out to like a lot of the massage therapists in the area for their continuing education hours?
Okay, so, thanks for asking that. So here's the thing. So have you applied to Access to be approved by what's the board called? You have?
Yeah, I've got it, and I was like, oh, and I don't know what to do with it. I'm like the dog that tried to chase the car. Now what?
Okay, so guys, just for everyone on the call who doesn't know what we're talking about. So you can apply to Access. You can email Fiona, if it's Fiona Dempster, her email is fiona@accessconsciousness.com, and apply to be, what's the initials? Do you remember, Tiffany?
A body practitioner,
well,
blah, 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 blah.
Well, no, it's not a body practitioner. It's where... No, sorry, 1 second. I just don't want to give you...
Here we go.
It's where you are...
National Certification Board for Therapeutic Massage and Body Work.
Well, no, sorry, love. So that's your area. That's what it's called in your area. Thank you, Rachel. It's continuing education, CEUs. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, CEUs. Continuing education hours.
Continuing education credits. So basically you can apply and you can get yourself approved to give out CEUs to massage therapists. So people who come and take your bars classes are able to get 8 CEUs from taking your class. So that gives you an extra marketable quality in when you're marketing your classes. Now you can market to all the massage therapists who every year have to take a certain amount of hours and use it towards to get their license renewed. So you don't have to be a massage therapist yourself to be able to do that. You can there's an application that Fiona will send you, and you do out a resume and you send it in, and you'll get approved within 2 weeks. I don't know like totally what the criteria is for it. Like I had some experience in massage, so I put that down, but put down everything you do and apply if you would like that, if you like that extra thing on your license, to be able to give out CEUs in your area. And every state and stuff has different applications. So cool. Thank you for this call. Thanks, Rachel. I love sharing all this stuff. So Tiffany, what was your other question? You want to know how
would you approach those people? Because, just going up, hi, I don't know how to properly market it. Because I don't want to, my biggest fear is I'm going to ruin Access's integrity because
oh my God. I love that one. That's funny. And someone else says, I don't want to sell bars, but I would love to have individual clients for bar sessions in my home. Okay, how do I find people? Okay, so we're all asking this question now. How do I find people? So cool. So anywhere any of us have the point of view that we can destroy Access or we can ruin its amazing name, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right around the bad papa calling shirts, boys, and anywhere you're all trying to like control how you show up in the world for fear of being thrown out of Access, can we just try and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop on the show. It's boys and hands. Like Gary is amazing, and Dane, like they literally give us the tools and and they give us ability to teach bars classes from day one, basically. And I'm like, go out in the world and do it. Like all they ever ask, and all they ever ask is that you honor the work and where it came from, that you don't go out and start using the tools of access and telling people it's yours, or it's I don't know, Reiki, or like calling it something else. Like all they ever ask is just to honor where the information came from, and after that you're good, like, and that's something you all do anyway and be. So I would say okay, so Tiffany, what would be fun for you? Like, is it fun? Is social media fun for you? Is talking to people fun for you? Is networking fun for you?
Social media and live, like talking to people, somehow if I put it out there as a text or something, I don't get the same energy. But when people hear me talk, it changes.
Yeah.
Totally. And I don't know what that is.
So, yeah. So looking at what's fun for you. So for you, it's like Facebook Lives. So a couple of things, like you could go on Facebook and start looking at, like, is there, like, you live in Saratoga, there's a massage school there. How about, you could go in and talk to the school and tell them, I have this hands-on energetic therapy that we do that complements massage really well. Would you be interested? You could also, guys, and this is another thing, intro events are amazing. If you're starting off and you're looking to create momentum where you are, I have created so much from intro events. Because some people, they might not want to pay $300 right away for a class when they know nothing about it. But if you can invite people to an intro evening and share one or two tools with them, and at an intro evening, you can set it up where you could have other bars facilitators with you. You could have other bars facilitators with you. And if a few people come along, you literally just tell them a bit about Access, talk about yourself, how you found it, what it's changed for you, how it's changed your life. And you can show them like a 10-minute session. So you can either, do the sessions yourself where you just do like 10 minutes on each person, like literally pull energy, do the implant band, maybe kindness, gratitude, peace, and calm, and restructure. You could also get them to do it on each other. Like I had an intro event before where so many people came that we had to like just get them to do it on each other. And you can do that sitting down. Like they could be on seats, and you could get them to partner up, and person could walk behind them and you can show them where their implant band is, or you could have a couple of other people with you who do bars too, and you could all do 10-minute sessions on people. And but after you introduce them to Access and tell them a bit about it and a bit about the tools. And I did an intro event in Ireland like years ago, and like we had like 20 people show up or something, like totally out of the blue that we didn't know, and like every single one of them in that room either ended up going for a session or taking a class, not all of them with me, but with someone at some stage. Some of them came to me for classes, other people went somewhere else, other people just went and took a session. But there was a girl in that room who told me like she had a 10-minute bar session and her anxiety changed. Like anxiety like actually left her body, and she saw the change in that, and she ended up coming and taking a class. So I would really look at like first, maybe like if you're looking to create classes somewhere, maybe do a couple of intro classes. If there's any yoga centers in your area, or you could go to drug rehab centers and ask them, would you be interested in me coming in and doing this? You could get a couple of practitioners together. You may require to put a couple of free things out in the world first, and with the tasters, you can like, if you need to pay for the space, do $10 donation or $15 or whatever you require, cover your costs, of course. But don't be afraid to charge $10, $15, $20 for an intro,
because I give away for free a lot.
Yeah.
And it's another thing that I'm thinking about is I'm losing the efficacy of it because I'm constantly giving it to people to know them. So
everywhere any of us are trying to give this to people and give it away for free. Can we destroy and upgrade it all? Right. Bad pop on our shirts, boys and men. They won't receive it. They do, and it is true. People do receive when they pay. So it may require just putting a $10 thing on it. Like $10 intro night or $15, whatever it is. And ask, like, can this? Some people can receive it without having to pay, and some people can't. So ask. Truth, if I share this with this person, can they receive it? And anywhere any of us are being superior bitches where we're trying to, and not saying this is, all of us, like where we're trying to like literally like vomit this stuff on people, like, hey, I got all this information, take it, without asking a question first. I did that to so many people. Oh my God, at the start, I think, and I did it especially to my family, which really was not kind, so yeah, anywhere any of us have done that, destroy and uncreate it, and always ask what can people receive. And then like if you are creating an intro event, ask, okay, so Trush, do people require to pay for this? If so, how much? And I do that for a lot of classes. The price is set, but I do that for all other classes. I ask, okay, so Truth, ask the class, how much does the class, how much would you like to be? How much would you like to charge? Cool.
Okay.
And with the like social media thing, like create an interest on social media, like start, you can take pictures of yourself running bars and post it. You can post little things. Videos work great. People love videos. They see people on the massage table all relaxed and their bodies are like, oh, I want that. And also if you want to have more massage therapists, like you can advertise on Facebook to the massage therapist groups, or find groups on Facebook who are, massage therapists.
How obvious was that one?
And like, I know you live in Saratoga where there's a big massage therapy school. So how can you use that advantage? Cool. Does someone else have any, is that it, Tiffany, or you have anything else?
No, that's awesome. Thank you. And as you were talking, I've gotten so many compliments on the side here, and I'm like listening to you and just like, oh, so thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Tiffany. And Nancy has a question, which is, different, kind of similar, but different. She wants to know, she wants individual clients for her sessions in her home, and she has a table, which is great. How do I find people? So personally, I'll just let you know what I have found. That being on the Access website has helped me a lot. When I lived in Ireland, it didn't help me at all. I think that, I don't know, is that because in Ireland they don't like to be on the internet? People aren't big on technology yet in Ireland. So you got to look at what's going to work for you, okay? And what works where you're living in your particular area. So I noticed when I was in Ireland, clients came a lot through me meeting people and talking to people, right? So it was really like, Ireland's a real like connecting place. Like people really do talk to each other, and it's, not so much emailing or websites. So I got a lot of people that way. When I moved to America, I noticed that I got a lot of people for my classes, and even individual clients through the Access website. So having my name on the website. So if you don't already have it, you may look at it. It's actually doesn't even cost that much. I think it's at like $150 to set up, and then $10 a month. And I've made it back like 100 times over. So you can look at, like, you get your profile, you put up a picture, you put up a bio about you, and people then, when they go and look, like if they want to, somebody finds out that they want to know about Access and they want to look up Orlando, they'll look up Florida, Orlando, and they'll find Laura. She's there, and they'll call her. Or if they're looking in Washington or Massachusetts and they find Melissa, they'll call her. Like, so, because people are talking about this all over the world, and they tell their friends about it, and their friends are in different parts of the world, and they will search. So that, number one, is a great way. How else do I find people? Personally, and anyone else who has any other ideas, you can pop in. I talk to people a lot. I'm a talker. And again, I talk about like people. So you want to create an interest, right? So people like to talk about themselves a lot. They don't like, most times people don't want to hear about you. They want to talk about themselves. So you want to create, you want to get interested in people, right? So wherever you live, or wherever you work, or wherever you hang out, or whatever you do, like your daily living things, start to talk to people, start to get interested, like ask them questions about their lives and what they're up to. And when people start to see you're interested in them, they will become interested in you, and they'll start asking you questions. And then they'll be like, well, what do you do? And what do you do in the world? And you just being the energy of that is an invitation for them to come. So anywhere any of us aren't willing to just be the invitation, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, on shirts, boys and beyonds. And Dane gave me that when I first moved to Florida. I was here about 6 months, and I honestly, I kind of struggled a bit at the start. And he said to me, you know, something in the class about, you got a job to do here. It's time to wake Florida up. And I was like, yeah, I'm trying to. And he goes, stop trying and just be the invitation. Be. So if there's something not working, if you have put classes up there and they're not going ahead, or if you feel like you keep putting it out there and you're not getting any clients, ask, okay, what am I not willing to be here? That if I was willing to be it, would give me everything I'm asking for and more. And everything that is destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, on shorts, boys, beyonds. With your classes, what am I not willing to be here? That I was willing to be it would change everything. So maybe you're not willing to be seen. Maybe you're not willing to be heard. Maybe you're not willing to be judged. Maybe you're not willing to be vilified. And you start looking at what you're willing to be, and then start playing with it. Okay, so what would it take for me to be willing to be vilified? What would it take for me to be willing to be judged? What would it take for me to be willing to be seen that I'm part of a cult? You know, what would it take for, like, people are going to judge you, you know, they're going to say the stuff you do is weird. But once you don't have the judgment of it yourself, it has no charge on it. People always say what I do is weird, and I just go, okay, I know it is weird. You know, so start running. So start looking at all the energies not willing to be, and then start asking to be them. So like this past week, I've been running a loop, like anything that doesn't allow me to be, I run what generative energy, space, and consciousness can me, my body be to be the biggest bitch, evil, terrible, awful, mean, unkind, vicious, terrible, unconscious, in it for the money grabbing, greedy, terrible person that ever walked the planet with total ease. Anything doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, on shorts, boys, beyonds. So when I run that enough, and when I don't have a charge on that, and I'm willing to be it, then I can actually receive more. I can receive the judgment of it. I'm not trying to defend that I'm not all those things. Okay, does that make sense? So what am I not willing to be here with my classes? If I was willing to be, it would change it. So always looking at what you're not willing to be. And then the other thing, so when you're talking to people, you're actually being the invitation, right? And you're being that everywhere you go, whether they choose a class with you or not. And then also with the clients, how do I find more people? Every day ask, where do I need to go? Who do I need to talk to? Who can I talk to? Where can I be the greatest invitation? And start using it like where you are already. Start playing with wherever you're playing, in the workplaces, the places you hang out. Start talking to people. Get social. And for anyone who doesn't like to be social here, and who've decided, I don't like people, I don't like to be social, and I just want to be at home on my room on my own, and the clients can come from there. Can we just try and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, on shorts, boys and beyonds. Has I've heard Gary talk about that. Get social, because you are creating a energy in the world and momentum, and you are going to require to be seen. People require to know who you are and know who your name is, because enough of them seeing you and hearing you and your name being out there, they might not come to your classes or come for sessions right away, but you're putting an energy out there, and they're like, okay, what are you up to? You know, and like I can say I got more messages from people in Ireland when I moved to America about bars than I did when I was in Ireland. They all want to know about bars now that I'm living in a different country, right? Because they're like, what's she doing? She's living this life. What's she doing? And there's people contacting me on Facebook being like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I do this thing called bars. And then I send them someone's name in Ireland who's doing it near them. And that can be such a contribution to you. So there's no competition. There's no separation. Okay. So anywhere any of us do business or do access from separation and from competition, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, on shorts, boys, beyonds. Because the more people that know about this in the world, the more people there is coming to you. Because like the more people in Ireland doing it will talk to people in America, and now there's more people looking for this, right? And also, by the way, the more people who run bars on the planet, the easier the planet is going to be for us. And that is so important for me, okay? And that's one of the things I asked you to look at, like, who are you doing this for at the start? So I started doing this for me, right? If I was going to be here on this planet, then I require to get my bars run. If I require to get my bars run, I require other people to be doing this. So when I moved to Florida, my demand, and people told me nobody in Florida is interested in consciousness. Nobody here really does anything, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't listen to them. I was like, look, I just moved country. And I moved from Ireland, where we had created 3-4 bars exchanges a week. That's another thing I got to chat to you about. Where there was classes all the time, 4 or 5 bars exchanges a week in a small country, in a small city. And I moved to Florida, and I was like, universe, if I'm going to live here, I require people to run bars with. Simple as that. So I did this for me. I set up classes for me, because if I'm going to live in this Florida with all these people and all this energy going on, I require people to trade with. I require classes. So I went ahead and created classes for me. And that's what I continue to do. So that's one thing. And then the other thing was the bars exchanges. If you are a bars practitioner, you can do a bars exchange. That's a great way of creating people in the area. If you teach bars classes and don't do bars exchanges, people come to your class, and then what else have they to come to afterwards? And now they're not getting their bars run either, you know? And so many people take one class and never get their bars run again. How are they going to come to more of your stuff? How are they going to continue? So for me personally, it's worked a lot to always have bars exchanges. It keeps people in the energy. It keeps people getting their bars run. It keeps people interested in other things. And it's a gift. It's a gift to me also. And it's a gift to the people who've taken your classes. Because otherwise they may take the class and forget totally about Access and forget to get their bars run. And they also, some people when they're new don't even realize the gift of getting your bars run every week is. So, and you know, you can do a bars exchange at your house. You can do it on the beach. You can do it, you know, you can rent space. So 2 participants have their hands raised. Sorry, who is that? Still the same people, or is there anyone else who needs to come in and ask a question? Pop on that. Yeah.
I have a short question.
Yeah. Who am I talking to? Oh, Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Hi. Just like when you're creating the free taster or whatever taster events and those things and classes, how far in advance are you planning? Are you choosing the date?
Bars exchanges, like that depends. Like you want to look at, like for bars exchanges, like what works for you. Like does it, like I know when I lived in Ireland, I did like a weekly bars exchange. It was every Monday night, and it, you know, people knew it was there every Monday night, and we had the same venue, and we had actually a really nice space that we rented, and so that worked there. And then when I moved to America, I tried to do a regular one for a while, and it kind of worked, but it just didn't really work too well here. So now I do pretty much every couple of weeks, and it's different according to my schedule and what works. So it's not that regular, but people know it's every couple of weeks. And I also let people know there's other people who do, like Sulema here, she does bars exchanges. So when people come to my bars class, I don't be like, oh, you can only come to my stuff. I'm like, hey, Cynthia teaches bars classes. If you want to go take a class with her for your next one, you know, I have a bars exchange here. Also, Sulema has one here down the road, and you know, and I give people like numbers and give them lots of choices and let them know there's so much going on here that you have access to, you know, and then it's up to them whether they choose it or not. So that with taster events, you got to look at what works and, you know, what's going to create more. Like, you know, there is no answer to that. There's just like, okay, if I want to create a taster event, ask, okay, taster event, when would you like to be? And I do that with my bars classes, when would you like to be? What date? And and a lot of time, like this date will pop in my head, and then I'll go to my diary and I'm like, oh, that's a Sunday. Cool. Or, oh, that's a Friday. That's weird. Does the class want to be on a Friday? Maybe the class does want to be on a Friday. Maybe it's not a Sunday, you know? Cool. So, okay, 1 second. I'm going to read. I don't want to sell bar. Okay, we read that. I'm doing it for me. I like that. I often get people that seem interested when hearing about the bars, and then I keep talking and the interest just dissipates. What am I creating by doing that? I would ask, are you giving them too much? Are you saying too much? So that's a great question. So Gary talks about that all the time. Like what we just talked about earlier is you got to create curiosity in people's worlds. Stop trying to give them everything. So someone says to you, what's that thing you do with the thing on the head? And you go, oh, it's Access bars. You might even need to say Access bars. You could just be like, oh, it's just this like light touch thing, therapy I do. And it's totally changed my life. And you could just leave it at that. And they'd be like, what? What do you mean it changed your life? Like, well, I used to be like this and now I'm like this. And now I like my life is just so much fun, and I just have so much ease, and I sleep really well and I have no stress. But I don't think you'd be interested in it. And leave it and shut your mouth. And they'd be like, what do you mean? Well, how does it work? So you want to always create interest in people's worlds, curiosity, so that they're asking you for the information. But what we do, because we love talking so much and we love giving people everything, someone says, oh, what's access? And we go, oh my God, someone's interested. And we go and we bombard them with all the information. And then now they're left standing there going, oh, okay. And they've nothing to ask because you've given them all the information without them asking. And believe me, I've done it, you know, so everywhere we've all done that. And judge yourselves for it. Can we just try and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pat, pat on our shirts, boys and yans. So always create curiosity in people's world. Give them 1 or 2 liners and leave them with it. And let them wanting more. Let them seek the information from you.
Can I?
Yeah.
About when you're making an invitation for like a taste of access bars or whatever, how much, you know, like where does that apply? Like how much is it? Oh, here's a curiosity, or people are like, well, what is it? What are you even talking about?
Well, so doing a taster is going to be different to just talking to people, because they're already at your taster event. So they're already there. They're already interested.
I mean, the invitation for the taster. Like I want to announce this event. I want to invite people to it.
So what are you asking me? What to write? What to tell people is about?
Yeah, I actually just think, now I realize I should just go to your web page creations.
I don't know awesome. Many taster events here. It's actually something I would like to get back into. But like, see, also like to create a taster event, you gotta have a network of people to invite, right? So you want to look at who are your network of people. So like, okay, so one way I created taster events was like I did a mind body expose holistic fair in Ireland, and like people would come and like they would come up to your stand and say, well, what's this? And then I would say, and I would give them a small bit of information. I'd say, well, we're actually doing a taster event on Thursday here in the town. Do you want to sign up? And I'll let you know about it. And loads of people signed, and then I sent out a message and let them know about it, and loads of people showed up, right? So like maybe like wherever any of us make like having to say the right thing, or like say the words the right way, or say like, can we just try and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, on the shirts, boys and yans. Just ask, like, I mean, maybe you can write in the event a little bit of information, but you don't have to write, you know, like everything, you know, and also use questions. Okay, do you, you know, and people want to know what you can fix for them. Okay, so what does the bars fix for them? So do you suffer from stress? Do you suffer from anxiety? Do you have depression? Would you like more money? Do you have relationship issues? Like, what is it? And would you like a way to change that with ease? How about you come to this event? We'll be talking about all this stuff, you know? So like put questions in people's worlds, like what is it that the bars can change? Okay, so now I'm going to have to finish up in a minute. So Rachel, do you want to come on? You've been smiling all night, all day at me. All this call all day. I can't hear you, love.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you got a microphone.
Hi. First of all, just wanted to say nice to meet you. And
yeah, you too.
It's so much fun.
I feel like I know you already.
Yeah, and we have common friends, so that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, so I guess, oh yes, I know what I wanted to ask. That was like a lot of 10 seconds ago, somewhere on the chat. Like, I'm really super awesome at creating a lot of momentum and excitement and enthusiasm whenever something is free. And being a certified facilitator, you know, I've opened my home. I've created a lot of different events and classes and stuff online with, you know, Sulema and Rihanna, and lots of fun, and thousands of people seeing like Seduciendo la Conciencia in Spanish, etc. And whenever it's free, boy, there's loads of people around. Like the Zooms are packed.
Yeah.
But whenever it's anything that has any cost whatsoever, it'll be like 1 or 2 people showing up. So I had put a clearing in the little thing in the comment, which is guess based on it's a clearing for me. Yeah, but it wouldn't work on anybody else, right?
Totally. So let's run the clearing. Do you want to run it there, love?
I have no idea where it is. Hold on. Let me, somewhere up here. What judgments, agendas, inventions, lies, and feelings, I had to add the feelings, right? Am I using to create the domination of the evil, mediocrity, and corruption of never receiving money with ease? Am I choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion, right?
Yes.
Podpoc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And I was just kind of wondering about that, because even I don't do this for the money, and I'd love to receive money too.
So what have you decided about, what decisions have you made or judgments have you made about you receiving money for teaching classes or for consciousness? Are you allowed to receive money for consciousness?
Yeah, thank you. You just took that out.
Yeah, so everything that is, can we just
I
try and
receive
credit
money for other stuff,
yeah,
but not for that.
not for consciousness. So anywhere any of us have decided it's not like it's not spirit, like we're not being like,
no, it has nothing to do with the spiritual
yeah
stuff.
but it's like anywhere we bought that in spiritual
Have this.
so oh yeah, everyone should have this, so I should just give it for free. So anywhere any of us are refusing to receive money for creating consciousness, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, corner shorts, boys, beyonds, but also anything we've learned in any other spiritual modalities or churches or religions that that we have to give this all away for free. Can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, corner shorts, boys, beyonds.
And actually, it's not like if someone asks me for a session, my sessions, according to the acceptable norm of pricing where I live, which is in Central America, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because it's considered American pricing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work for me. I don't feel like listening to someone's trauma and drama and all that for what everybody else charges here. It's not fun for me. So my sessions have asked to be a particular price, and I don't care if anybody shows up for them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not willing to do them for less.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because if you're doing something and you're not charging enough money for it, you're going to be bored and you're going to destroy that creation. So you want to ask, how much do my sessions required to be? What's fun for me to run bars for or to do sessions for? What's the sum of money that's fun for me? And be willing to put that out in the world. And some people will judge you and say you're too much money. And when they say you're too expensive, you tell them, I'm sorry, I can give you someone's number who's much cheaper than me. I'm sorry that you can't afford to come to me. And it will tweak in their world. And, you know, some people may go there, and some people will be like, oh, actually, you know what? I will come to you after all. And like you said, like,
that yet.
Well, what would it take? Yeah. Right. And also, like you said, you're willing to have nobody come to you, but you're not willing to lower your prices for other people. So this is one thing that Heather Karen Nicholas, she's a CF as well. She's an amazing CF, that gave us is like, and I've been posting it on my Facebook wall, is everywhere you bend, fold, mutilate yourself in order to validate other people's limitations with money in your business, can you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, on their shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, cool. Anything else, Rachel?
And thank you for that, Sarah. That was very nice too.
So someone I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. So someone said about Tiffany's SoundCloud, which Tiffany did an amazing job with these kids that she works with in Saratoga. She used the tools of Access, and she talked to Gary about it at a class in COP. They've turned it into a SoundCloud. So you could use that if you're talking to schools, if you're talking to teachers. I've run bars in schools with kids, and it's amazing. It's amazing to do it with kids. So just like that's another thing to look at, like where would be fun for you to go and introduce this stuff to. So Tiffany, you could share that. Share it in the event page, the Facebook event that I made for this, so that people have access to it.
Can I ask a super quick question?
Yeah, sure.
Well, okay, I know this is still about like trying to do everything right, but when you're approaching schools and things like that,
Rachel posted. Yeah.
Email, or do you walk in and say,
I
hey,
personally like to call to people. email is fine, but it can be very impersonal. So again, you're being the invitation. So, you know, people get emails every single day. Do they read half of them? Do you read your emails? Like, so look at like, how do you receive people? How do you know, always put yourself in their position. Like, you know, think, okay, if I was in a school, a teacher and never heard of Access, would I like to get an email or would I like to meet the person? And people, you got to get like people, you're an energy to people and they meet you and they're like, who's this girl? What's she doing? Like, you know, they're interested. You're being the invitation. So when they meet you, they don't care what you're doing. They just like your energy and they're like, okay, come in, give it a go, you know? So everywhere you're not willing to show up in the world and be the invitation and actually be you. Can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, on his shirts, boys and mans. Okay, cool. What do you say people who see a change and the next day loop back? What do you say to people who see a change and the next day loop back? I don't know what you mean by that, but I would tell them just to continue to get their bars run.
Yeah, and sometimes people say, "Oh,
what stuff didn't work?"
I didn't notice anything.
Yeah.
And I see them. They are different.
Yeah. So
like the energy that they were was like, now they're like, no, there's no change.
There's a couple of things with that. So you can either, so sometimes people are like, oh, there's no change. And you can look at, okay, so are they willing to see that something has changed or are they actually trying to prove that this doesn't work? And if they're trying to prove that this doesn't work, just let them have their point of view. You're like, okay, yeah, it probably doesn't work for you. It works for everyone else, but maybe it just doesn't work for you. And then they'll be like, what do you mean? And they'll try to prove you wrong, right? Then another thing is some people do require for you to point things out to them. Like I know some people are like, when they're not coming in at the energy trying to prove that this doesn't work, when they literally like are just like I require sometimes my friends to say to me like, Amy, have you seen how much you've changed? Have you seen everything you've chosen? And sometimes people acknowledging that in you gets you to go, oh wow, yeah, my relationship has really changed and my money flows has changed. So sometimes you may just require to remind people that there is stuff changing. Okay. Now, guys, I'm going to have to leave it at that for today because I have to go. I have a client right now. So thank you so much for being on. This was amazing. I'm going to mute you all. And I will send out.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.